Sheriff Todd Baxter. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, and I'm demanding public information from you. And Todd, as I demand this public information from you, do not ask me where's the kaboom. Do you understand me, Todd? Now, I have here your official portrait. This is the Sheriff Todd Baxter official portrait that adorns your office wall at 130 South Plymouth Avenue, Rochester. Here I have it right here. This is you, Sheriff Baxter. All right. I especially like your big shoes here. I mean, do you shine these big shoes every day? I love the broom here, Sheriff Baxter, on your head. All right. You got that? And your skirt here. So now, Sheriff Baxter, do not ask me where's the kaboom as I'm demanding public information from you. You got that? Do not ask me where's the kaboom. Now, this is the instrument known as the Freedom of Information Law. Application to access records. Here it is. Request. The public employee payroll for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. There it is. This is a different FOIL document than I have been using. I changed the document. All right? I'm going to read that again because this is the most important one, and that's why it's first. Because this is information you don't want anybody to know in Monroe County, because this document right here is your defeat. If the people of Monroe County know what you pay your public employees, you never win re-election. Quote, the public employee payroll for Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. It's that simple. Todd, I told you, don't ask me where's the kaboom. All right? Don't ask me again. Application to access records. The cost for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia, for hotel and boarding for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl with his canine dog, Lola, on February 3rd, 2019. You sent your public employee, Ryan Fisher. There he is with his dog, Lola. L-O-L-A, Lola. If you drink champagne, it tastes just like cherry cola. Did Ryan Fisher bring the kids with him? Huh? What the hell are you doing sending Ryan Fisher and his dog out of Monroe County, out of New York State, 1,500, 2,000 miles away to Atlanta, Georgia? What hotel did Ryan Fisher stay at? Where did Lola stay at? What was the bill for that trip? Application access records. Quote, the cost of taxpayers of Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter has expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits and fair to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I demand to know if you, Todd Baxter, have expended taxpayer dollars to settle sexual harassment-related lawsuits. What's not to understand about that? Because based on my experience with your fanatics and your criminals and your extremists and your whack jobs, I have zero doubt that there's sexual harassment going on at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And what is sexual harassment? It's a male, and it's usually the male committing this crime. So I'm going to use the male as the perpetrator and the female as the victim. It's the male asking the female out on a date over and over and over, and she constantly says no. She has to reject the male over and over and over. And this is a dehumanizing experience for the female. It's the male touching a female on parts of her body where she doesn't even want to be touched ever. Ever. I don't even care if it's a little neck rub while she's sitting down in her chair at her desk. A male should never have his hands on a female at the office, ever. It's a male making crude, vile, disgusting, profane remarks in the office, such as telling a joke, in all likelihood about sex. Todd, I told you, I don't know where's the Kaboom. Don't ask me where the Kaboom is. Do you understand me, Todd? Do not ask me again. Application to access records. Cost of surveillance device purchase of taxpayer dollars and fixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor Christopher Chichester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive, walks through the park line next to the building. Surveillance device, camera. You bought it, you installed it, it's right there. That's it right there. And I was on it. It has a assigned number called an ICN number, that's what I was told. And it was on the phone of your deputy whack job when your 6th deputy whack job descended on me for standing in the corner of a parking lot, and that is George Orwell's 1984, to be arrested for standing in the corner of a parking lot I've walked through 4,000 times, that my neighbors walk through every day. This is your dissent on my civil and constitutional rights, and you use that device to do it, and you lie about it. Surveillance device camera. Application to access records. Names and charges of every inmate at Monroe County Jail from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018. What's not to understand? I want the name, the charge. Make a list. Send it to me. The calendar year 2018. Because I want to talk to these people. I want to contact these people about their experience at your jail. I want to hear what they have to say about their treatment by your fanatics at that jail. And what your fanatics are doing to these people. I don't care that they're criminals. And yes, there are people in jail that are guilty of crimes. I'm not one of them. And I'm not one of these people that believes, just because I was deposited in jail, that everybody's innocent. Because I heard them talk about their crimes. And what I heard was disgusting. I heard one guy talk about this domestic violence incident with a woman that he lived with. And how he beat her up. Because the bitch deserved it. That's his language. The bitch deserved it. He said that. He used that word, bitch. I sat there next to him. He's right here at dinner. And he's talking about it like he's talking about the weather. I also have here, Madam District Attorney, Sandra Dorley. Guess what I have here in my hand? You're supposed to uphold the law in Monroe County, isn't that right, Madam District Attorney? Do you believe in the law, Sandra Dorley? Or do you believe the law is for other people? And you're not included under that dominion, jurisdiction, umbrella. Is the law for other people, Sandra Dorley? Is it? Because I have the law right here in my hand for you. And this is the instrument known as the Freedom of Information Law document. Application to access records to public employee payroll for the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. What's not to understand? I'm going to read that again just for you, Sandra. Okay? Because I already know what you're going to do. You will make the same decision as Sheriff Baxter. You will refuse to send your public employee payroll to me. And you're just hoping that you can win re-election without having to disclose anything to anybody in Monroe County. The public employee payroll for Monroe County District Attorney's Office. It's that simple. You, Kyle Steinbach, want to be judge, right? Huh? You want to go all the way up to the United States Supreme Court one day, don't you? Huh? You want to be the next William Rehnquist, you get your start right here in Monroe County. You could do that, Kyle, baby. Why don't you start by telling your boss to follow the law, okay? You got that? So, I told you, Todd, I don't know where the Kaboom is. Do not ask me where the Kaboom is again. I don't want to hear that from you. And, now, how did your morning meeting go? All right? With your fascist stooges, all right? You're very concerned that your employees are doing their own dental work on themselves right here, all right? You need to tell your Monroe County Sheriff employees that they have a dental plan, and this is not the way to go, okay? They got to go to a regular dentist. There are dentists throughout Monroe County. You got dentists right there in Rochester. And this is not the dental work. This is not the dental plan for your Monroe County Sheriff's Office. So, and here they are in their Monroe County Sheriff uniforms, okay? All right, so after work, they can change it into civilian clothes out of their uniforms, and they can go to the dentist and make an appointment so they can stop doing their own dental work, okay, Todd, baby? All right, good. And another thing, you know why they need dental work, Todd? You know why? Because based on my experience with your whack jobs, these guys are 10, 15, 20 pounds overweight. You know why? You know why, Todd? Because there ain't too many Twinkies at your Wegmans Food Market's headquarters. You got to tell your whack jobs to not eat any of your Twinkies at the Wegmans Food Market's headquarters. You got that, Todd? It's the Wegmans Food Market's headquarters. You always have your badge-wearing, gun-carrying, Barney Fight jokes alongside the building doing nothing. So, now, Todd, I told you, I don't know where the Kaboom is. You got that? Do not ask me again where the Kaboom is. All right? Now, Todd, what is Andy Dufresne doing in my backyard? You just let Andy Dufresne escape from your Monroe County jail. What the hell is going on? You got another prison break. You can't keep your inmates in jail. I mean, it's ridiculous. Such as a pregnant inmate back in custody after escape at Strong Memorial Hospital. And there she is, Leah Bird. And how the hell do you allow a Leah Bird, 19 years old, to escape from your custody? 19 years old? That means 2 years ago, she's sitting in a high school classroom. And I'm trying not to laugh at your stooge incompetence and buffoonery allowing a 19-year-old to escape. I mean, she's barely old enough to vote. I mean, what the hell are you doing? It's just unreal. You know what you're doing? I'll tell you what you're doing. The question answers itself. You're drinking too much of this stuff at your Monroe County Sheriff's Headquarters. You got that? This is the official beverage of the Todd Baxter Monroe County Sheriff's Office. You need to stop drinking that. All right? Now, and you also need to get your whack jobs with the appropriate weapons in order to do their job. And this guy, your employee here, Elmer Fudd, does not have the appropriate weapon. Look at his rubber rifle drooping like this, Todd. All right? This is typical of how you're not equipping your whack jobs with the appropriate weapons here to do their job, including his big hat. What the hell is with that hat you got on Monroe County Sheriff employee Elmer Fudd? What, did you buy this hat specifically for Monroe County Sheriff employee Elmer Fudd? What the hell's going on? What's going on here, Todd? So, yeah. Anyway. All right. Are you going to comply with my Freedom of Information law document demands? Are you, Todd Baxter? Because right now, I'm in the process of turning you into my new girlfriend. That's what I'm doing, Sheriff Todd Baxter. You're gonna be my new girlfriend because that's what I'm doing to you, Todd, baby. So, anyway, and your girlfriend, Todd, you know, she needs some work here. What are you doing with her? Yeah, you can't do any better than her, all right? She can hit you in the head with a dodgeball, but that's about it. So, now, Todd, are you going to send me the payroll or not? Huh? Send me the payroll. And you know who I've been demanding the payroll from? I've been demanding the payroll from your double dipper Michael Rather and his 2 paychecks. Because Michael Rather was a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee for 20 years. That means for 20 years he had this year, 1 paycheck. All right, then he retired. So then he takes his 1 paycheck and he goes home. He's sitting on his Archie Bunker chair. He's sitting in front of the TV. He's bored. And he's thinking, what the hell am I going to do for the rest of my life? I got my 1 paycheck. I'm sitting around in my living room. I'm bored. I got nothing to do. And then he calls you, and then you rehire him as an assistant to the sheriff. So now, Michael Radler, since he was hired by you, Todd, to be an assistant, he now has 2 paychecks because he didn't go to the New York State local retirement system and say, I'm coming back like I'm Michael Jordan, all right? They desperately need me at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I was 23, I'm going to be 45. He didn't do that at all. He didn't call him and say, I don't need that check anymore. That's why he's got 2 paychecks. Am I right, Michael Radler, baby? If I'm somehow inaccurate, if I'm not describing this accurately, please tell me. Because I want to know. The double dipper Michael Radler. All right? So, Michael, you wouldn't be into, twins, would you? Because some guys are into that freak show, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if, that's your freak show. For the obvious reasons. So, Todd, I told you, I don't know where the Kaboom is. Don't ask me again, where's the Kaboom? All right? What do you want from me? So, anyway. Now. Sheriff Baxter. Who took this picture? It's your employees underwater in the pool. Who took it? Did you spend taxpayer dollars to take this picture? That's what I want to know. That's what I demand to know. And that's what you will refuse to answer. Now, tooth distractor rider comes by my house. I go outside. You set me up. I'm going to tell you why I went outside my house. I'm outside for 30 seconds. 5 years there's no grass cutting going alongside my house, ever. And suddenly they're here all the time. And what you did is, you told the private citizen, Steve Desmond, when Chris Chichester comes out of his house, call us. And we're going to send our 6 fanatics here to descend on him. So you send a tooth distractor rider by my house for this disgusting display that my neighbors witnessed. So, I'm going to read from you May 12, 2019, that I sent to you about that land. Quote, I called Monroe County Real Property Tax Services. There is no record of land ownership by Nayraj and Layla Kumar Shah for the land alongside and behind my house where I once walked my dog. The tax document Shah mailed me is not a document that proves land ownership. How do you like them apples, Todd the fascist stooge? Did you understand that, what I just read to you? They don't own that land because they can't prove it. So I'm demanding that they prove it. I'm demanding that they prove it. Nayraj Shah, certified mail, he refused. Refused. Prove you own that land, Nayraj. Open your mouth. If you own land, send me the documentation. There it is. Refused. Why do you think I'm out there? 30 seconds I'm out there. They don't own that land and come back in my house. And you're here. You descended on me. How is that a crime to be outside for 30 seconds and say they don't own that land and come back in? How is that criminal contempt? Only in your delusional, fanatical 1984 is that criminal contempt. So, Layla Kumar Shah refused. Layla Kumar Shah refused. Layla Kumar Shah refused. Nayraj Shah refused. Nayraj Shah refused. You arrested me for being outside for 30 seconds, for objecting to grass cutting alongside my house, and they're not opening their mail because they can't prove that they own that land. That's why. And this guy on his tractor, he's missing his front teeth, and he only knows 2 words. When he's here at Sunday at 7 a.m., he says, fuck you, when he's on his tractor. And he carries a document with him. And it's a fake title. It's a fake, fraudulent document. That's why they don't want to open that land. Excuse me, that mail. Todd, I told you, I don't know where the Kaboom is. Do not ask me where the Kaboom is, okay? I don't know where the Kaboom is, Todd, all right? Now, you need to do something about that broom on your head, all right? What is with that broom you got on your head? And your big shoes there? What's going on with your big shoes here, all right? What kind? You got a special Monroe County Sheriff's Office shoe polish with your big shoes here, okay? I don't know where the Kaboom is. Don't ask me again where the Kaboom is, all right, Todd? So, the charging document for me is walking through the parking lot. Accusatory instrument, I should say. A joke, a disgrace. Fireworks at Harris Whalen Park. 200 people walked through the fireworks at Harris Whalen Park on June 29th, and I sent you an email about it on June 29th. Telling you it was going to be a big night. So I tell you, the big night is coming up. And I sent this at 3:07 p.m. on June 29th. The procession tonight in the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot in Penfield, New York. All right? And then afterwards, I sent you the surveillance device that monitors the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot post-Harris Whalen fireworks. Did you get a phone call from Whack Jobs, Layla Kumar, and Nairaj Shah about any of the 200 people that walked through the parking lot on June 29th? How about any of the Penfield High School band students in their band uniforms that walked through the parking lot? How would the people of Monroe County react if you descended on one of these students in their band uniforms, with your six fanatics, and arrested them? How do you think that would go over with the mothers and the fathers at Penfield High School, that you arrested a student in his or her band uniform for walking through the parking lot? That, of course, is the lunatic fringe. It would never happen. But if I walked through that parking lot, you'd arrest me. Well, what's the difference? A crime's a crime. If I leave my house tomorrow, walk through that parking lot to Wegmans, to your headquarters, and then return home, and I'm seen by Layla Kumar and Nairaj Shah, your deputy Whack Jobs will come here and arrest me. But these Penfield High School band students walking through the parking lot the day of the fireworks at Harris Whalen Park, all day long in their band uniforms, they weren't arrested. A crime's a crime. In your delusional, psychotic, sick, demented world, that's a crime. I don't, for 1 second, ever believe that a student should be arrested for walking through a parking lot, or anybody, but particularly a minor. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to my life? I have civil and constitutional rights that you have abridged. And I'm delivered to Monroe County Jail without the prosecutor from the Monroe County District Attorney's Office saying one word. She doesn't say anything, because I'm not guilty of any crime. How do I go to jail when the prosecutor doesn't make an argument, Sandra Dorley? How does that happen, Sandra Dorley? Tell me. And where's your public employee payroll? Where is it? And what's her name? I cannot find out her name. And I'm demanding her name. Because I want to know how she could stand there at that podium in Penfield Town Court and say not one word and watch me delivered to Monroe County Jail as an innocent man. Email. Sheriff Todd Baxter, May 12th, 2019. Todd K. Baxter, 966 Panorama Trail, Rochester, New York. Where is your public employee payroll, Todd the fascist stooge? Do you have a mental incapacitation that prevents you from understanding the English language? Are you afflicted with a disability? 18 times I sent you a Freedom of Information Law document that demands your public employee payroll. 18 times you refused to comply with the law. 18 times you arrogantly dismissed a lawful request for how taxpayer dollars are spent. The sheriff of Monroe County rejects the law. So. I go to Penfield Town Court as an innocent man. I'm expecting to go home. Because I'm innocent. I haven't committed a crime. Never committed a crime in my life. I'm 54 years old. Prosecutor doesn't say anything. I'm looking at John Lomenzo. The proceeding ends. I go in the back, and there's Andrew Reale waiting for me. Why hasn't Andrew Reale been fired? I just saw him today again, and I told him again he's a disgrace. And he just, there's no there. Gertrude Stein said there's no there. There's no there with Andrew Reale. He will never understand what he has done to me. So, I'm taken to Monroe County Jail as an innocent man. And my wonderful little guy, my Shih Tzu I adopted from Lollipop Farm Humane Society, is in my house because I'm expecting to go home. I live alone. And when I get there, the first thing I say to the jail employee, and he's a sergeant, is somebody needs to go to my house, get the key that's taped to my back porch, and get my dog and bring him to Lollipop or some similar facility that houses dogs for the duration of the time that I'm here. And this man, and his heart of gold, this perfect man did this for me. And I don't know his name. And I'm going to call the jail to find out his name. But I only know what he looks like. He's about 6'1". He's got this bald head. He's about 190 pounds. And I don't know his name. So I'd like to know his name so I could thank him. If his name is on the payroll, then perhaps I could get his name. Because if it would say Sergeant Jail, then at least I can narrow it down to the sergeants at the jail. But I don't know that. Anyway, I'm at the jail, and I have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is when your body stops breathing in the middle of the night, and then it deprives your body of oxygen, and that oxygen in your blood is what keeps you up throughout the day. So, and I had this happen to me about a year before I was delivered to your inferno. I had a sleep study, and I went there with my beautiful, perfect girlfriend, Laura, at the time. And so we get a CPAP machine for me. I don't need one now because I'm in such tremendous shape now from running and biking, which I decided to do after I was released. But at the time, I had a CPAP machine. So I'm telling you, Todd, about your jail entrance physical. I'm trying not to laugh at your stooge incompetence. I could not suppress that laugh. So I'm in process at your jail, and I sit down with your jail nurse. And you know why I know your jail nurse has no medical training whatsoever, Todd the fascist stooge? Do you know why, Todd? Because I'm supposed to get a physical. There's no doctor in sight at all. There's no medical professional in sight. She's not a medical professional. She's not a nurse. She's not anything, Todd, baby. So she takes my blood pressure. And I'm thinking, all right, she's taking my blood pressure. And then she says to me, do you have a pre-existing medical condition? And I reply, I have sleep apnea. And your jail employee says to me, asks me, what is sleep apnea? This is the woman that's in processing inmates for health to determine if an inmate has any pre-existing condition or any health concerns or anything that's going to cause the inmate to have a possible health emergency at your jail. And she doesn't know what sleep apnea is. What is sleep apnea? Oh, right. I had to write that down to make sure, to remind myself that what is sleep apnea. So, I'm at your jail, and I don't know how long I'm going to be at your jail. I don't know. I'm asking every day, what's my sentence? And nobody at the jail tells me. No one says a word about how long I'm going to be at your inferno. Every day, how long am I going to be here? What's my sentence? And I'm not told. So, I have an envelope here, and in the upper left-hand corner, there's an address. And I took this envelope off the desk that's at the center of your jail. And it says 130 South Plymouth Avenue, Rochester, New York, 14614. So, I wrote on this envelope a message to myself that I taped to the wall of my jail cell to remind myself to be relentless. And right now, I'm relentless. And what I wrote on this envelope that I taped to my jail cell, that's now in my house, taped to my wall, is whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.